Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and men, people of all kinds and all places, welcome to the live stream. Everything should be fine, I believe. We are live on YouTube and we are live on Instagram at the same time. So anybody who's in the chat, please let me know if you can hear me. Claire, I've said men and women. Stephanie, welcome. Grenia, karibu sana. Big Boy Jake, welcome to the stream. Kezia, K.A. Rami, Why Not Tough, DJ Sling, karibuni sana. You guys are the OGs, you're the first ones to join. Welcome. Clet, is the mic okay? Can you hear me? Hi Kezia. I actually have a very, very late mic, if you ask me. I hope so. Hi Maxi, welcome to the stream. I am not mentioning that name for the guy who just joined. Hi Ashley, karibu sana, karibu sana. So we are just gonna go through. Nice Clet. We're just gonna go through huku lazima tulipane tusalimie. Viwamboi, karibu sana. Si lazima ulipe, lakini ukicheza na M-Pesa siwezi mind. TK, karibu sana. Glamour, welcome to the stream. Future, we up, bro. It was actually taking time to set everything up because OBS was saying that I have to reconnect my account. The Grace, karibu sana. Maxwell, Newton, karibu sana. Kev, karibu sana. This stream on Instagram is also on YouTube. So if you don't like the latency on Instagram, or you just like how YouTube feels and sounds, you can also check the same thing on YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna go through some of the pictures that we took during the whole protest era, the reject the finance bill and all that, which is still ongoing. Helikeli, karibu sana. Kijiko si akula bro. Kijiko ukijua kuitumia vizuri inakuwa microphone. Furaha, PNG, welcome to the stream. Karibu sana. So let me see. I'll start with the first photo. I believe we have a pretty decent quality is immaculate. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you so much. I hope you are trying to match international standards, because where you are, you kind of see a lot of high quality things. But asante sana, it's lovely seeing you here. Keegan, what's up, bro? Welcome to the stream. Bro, Keegan is we were with Keegan the first week of the protests. That's when we met, I believe. Bro, Keegan is a true warrior. Sure, now people who hear gunshots and then they run to where the gunshots are while you guys are running away from them. That's Keegan. Karibu sana. Denmau, welcome to the stream. Gravedigger _ Jones, karibu sana. I believe I have mentioned. Antoinette, karibu sana. Mili Mungai, I can see you. Welcome. I believe I've mentioned everybody who's in. So I'll begin with this first photo. And let me just make sure this is recording. Okay. So I'll begin with this first photo. So this was day one of the protest. This was the first, it was on a Tuesday. And this was actually an accidental photo that I took. And I took this picture while I was running away. Who's here? Stills by Arori, karibu sana. Director Adrian, Mr. Joe, welcome. Elisha Ogondi, welcome to the stream. So this first picture, I took it while we were running away because we had just arrived to town, and this is up on next to Nation Center. For those guys who know town, this is where the KFC billboard normally is. So we always park near here once in a while, and we had just parked, so we were just stepping out. And I remember joking to Future, telling him, imagine, I was with Future and Samurai, and I was telling them, imagine we just step outside right now and we get caught. And we just stepped outside. So there were people who were protesting literally outside Nation Center, because that was the first major, what can I call it? Like the places where the people were meeting up. So Nation Center was one of the places. So there were lots of people at Nation Center. So we had just arrived, and then as soon as we stepped out, a tear gas was thrown to the guys in Nation Center. So everybody started running away in different directions. And mind you, us, we just arrived, so we don't know the safest places for people to run away to. So we just arrived. So if you see clearly, this guy right here, this guy is an undercover cop. The guy, with the hat that's literally slightly off frame to the right, that guy is an undercover cop. So he went to grab Future. You can't see Future because he was blocked by this guy. Plus, I was running, so this wasn't a framed shot. The camera just clicked. So this guy grabbed Future. So we didn't know he was an undercover cop. So there was so much chaos. Everybody's running away. There was a tear gas canister that was thrown right behind us. So me, I'm running away at that time because I also don't know what's going on. And then this is Samurai. So Samurai is checking to see what's happening because he doesn't really know what's going on. And then this guy grabs Future. And then I think 2 other guys come and grab Future also. And Future starts fighting for his life. Guys, anybody who knows Future here, Future is not who you think he is. I'm telling you guys, this guy, I think fought with like 3 cops until he was freed. I don't know if you know Future personally, but for those who know him, bro, that guy, that Future is a true OG. That guy is a beast. Let me see who came in here. Actually, Monday saying ni mimi pekee naona spoon as a mic. Bro, I was just saying, if you know how to use a spoon well, it can be a mic at one point. Basil Owiti, karibu sana. Wanguses, Young Africana, Elisha Gondi, welcome to the stream. Kijiko took the day, bro. This is the... come to me, I'll teach you these things. Bangathu, welcome to the stream. Mr. Collins, Kyle, Lori, Marvin, karibuni sana. Yeah, Samurai looking like one of the officers, bro. Samurai low-key looks like an undercover cop. Hdan, welcome to the stream. Undercover cops wanavanga tu jackets hivi, and then they wear caps. They wear like those Kalenjin jackets that people who try to be undercover wear. Ian, Director Ken, welcome to the stream. So yeah, the first undercover cop grabbed Future, and Samurai tried to go help Future because he thought that maybe he's just, because they saw 1 cop, so he was like, I can go help Future and then I can free Future and then we can all run away. But there were like 4 undercover cops who were there, so Future fought his way out, and then when they saw they couldn't really pin Future down, they all went now to Samurai, all the 4 of them. So unfortunately, Samurai wasn't able to overpower like it's 4 armed policemen, but they're in undercover clothes. So this was the first day. I think they arrested like 300 people on that day because they also didn't know what they were signing up for. I didn't think they knew how big the revolution was and that Gen Zs were really taking it very, very seriously. So they really arrested a lot of people on that day. So yeah, it was such a crazy day. Day 1 was, anybody who was in the day 1 protests knows how crazy it was. Young Fana chill bana, I must play it on YouTube. Ingia YouTube, the stream is also there on YouTube, so go check it out. Hapa kwa Future I can testify, bro. Future akona nguvu mse. Future is actually very, very strong. I was very surprised because yana sound kama movie, bro. The things I saw for myself, it was mad chaotic. Director Shifu, karibu sana, welcome to the stream. So yeah, this is the story behind this photo that I took by mistake. So this here, we call them battle scars. So this is because when Future was fighting, he even fell down and he got a bruise on his hand. So that's where this came from. And it was crazy because him fighting 4 cops is quite hard. I think I have a full, yeah, because this picture I took of him, he was calling Samurai this time because they had taken him to the big GSU trucks that they take people once they capture you. So here he was calling. But you know what's even crazy? Future lost his phone as he was trying to fight off the police. Because he was fighting off the police, and then if you look, he has a sling bag over here. It fell down. His phone fell off. I think his glasses also broke. his Marvin. They took his Marvin because as they're trying to grab him, they pulled off his Marvin. So it was very chaotic. His fan fall, surprisingly, the Nduthi guys who are there, guys, I don't know what the Nduthi guys always did to the Kenyan people, no maana wanachukiwa hivyo, but Nduthi guys Nduthi guys are actually quite nice because they picked up the phone and they didn't run away with it, so they held on to it. So when we came back, because they knew how he looked, they told him, hey, ulikuwa umeangusha simu hapa as you were fighting the cops. And they gave us the phone back, which was very surprising to know that there are actually people who are that good and wouldn't steal your phone amidst all that chaos. So that actually made me believe that there are actually some good people out here. Weri Mungari, welcome to the stream. Brandon, St. P, Gavin, Ken Otieno, karibuni sana. Hii picha ya future ndo inafanya nikuje maandamano, ndo ilifanya nikuje maandamano the next day. Bro, it was very crazy, man. Because if you see this done to one of your fellow comrades, bro, you go all out. You go extremely all out to try and save your friend, try and save the community, even just to fight for your future, because it doesn't make sense that people are out fighting for you and then we'll go to home. Mr. Maina, welcome to the stream. Karibu sana. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can share the let me see if I can share the link for the live on Instagram for those who are on to try and join. That would be nice. But thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in to this series. The thinking was maybe do this with even other photographers and other videographers, because I wasn't the only one who took photos on that day, who documented the whole protest. I know there are other people who also did the same. So I would really love to host them and get to hear the point of view of the stories of the things they saw, the things that happened to them, the stories of their photos too. So I would really love to also do this with other photographers. So I'll try reach out to some of them who are my friends who would accept, and then we can share these stories together. I can hop on a live with them, and then we can at least see the things we can share together and talk about all this. But for this stream, I'll just explain things from my perspective, and then maybe like later within the course of the week or next week now, we can do it with other people. So let me just share this on WhatsApp. Live now, come join. Yeah, so I think we can continue with the photos. So that's the story behind these 3 photos of us arriving, to Future being grabbed, and him trying to fight his way. These other ones, there's a whole load of photos. I wouldn't necessarily talk about all the photos because each photo has different stories. Some are very self-explanatory of people just being in the zone and just vibing, protesting, crying. Everybody was just in their own different emotional fields. Let me see. King NJ, welcome so much to the stream. Emily, karibu sana. Bubu, welcome to the stream. Tanu says, wait, you're holding the mic with a spoon. It's actually a spoon. It's like a very, very high, it's a very, very high quality and very late spoon that you can use once in a while when you're at home and you need to speak to the camera. Ben Psycho, karibu sana, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I'll have this recording somewhere so you guys will see the story of us, of Future and Samurai being caught by the police and what happened. We later actually went to free Samurai because they were released, they were took to Central Police, like around 200 people. So we had to go pick him up after the protest because it wasn't even safe to leave town on that day. It was very chaotic. Some people, although day one there were not a lot of goons, but after the protest we went to get him at Central. We stayed there from like 7 to probably around almost midnight before they got released, but we couldn't go home without him. So yeah, it was a struggle. but we managed eventually. So these others are just photos of people in their zone. This was day one, so it was pretty cool to see people in their different attires. I don't know how this guy knew people are gonna get tear gassed. He was a videographer, so he came loaded. He had like gas masks and eye shields and all that. So he was pretty ready. He was pretty ready. So these are some just photos of journalists as they were documenting the protest from their own perspective. So this was the police car that was passing up on Nation Center, throwing tear gas at people. It was very, very crazy. I remember at this point, I don't have the before photo, but the people took the tear gas and threw it back to the police, and it went inside the legendary Mariamu. So the people who are in here, everybody here was trying to like wipe their eyes and their face with water to wash off the tear gas because it was thrown back at them. So this is the moment the police came and put a barricade up on Nation Center, because the Nation Center team was actually very, very rowdy and very chaotic. It was very hard to tame them. So the police had to put a barricade here to be able now to disperse people. Where did people go after that? I think people went to Kenyatta Avenue, Ukoju, and the street that has I don't know the name of the street, where City Market is always located. So people shifted there because Nation Center became a very, very hot zone, so people couldn't protest there anymore. So the police had to put a barricade on each side. Ndio sasa watu wasikama waingie ndani. This photo, it was in the news. Probably if you watched the news on that day, you saw this was an NTV reporter. So they were in Cardinal, Otunga. They were actually on the Parliament Road, and she's a NTV journalist or camera operator, I believe. And I remember the Canon water trucks came, and I don't know what the other police was thinking, but he just sprayed to everyone, including the press. I don't know, maybe he thought like the press were part of the protesters, or I don't know what was happening, but he just sprayed to everyone, including the press. So anybody who was filming and they had cameras, they were all washed down with the water cannon. So she was one of them. She was hit kind of bad because water cannon comes out with a lot of pressure. So she was hit kind of bad and she got injured. So I remember at that point I was in Nation Center. She was brought in by the colleague, and then they just pulled up with a car, and then it was an emergency. So it was very chaotic. And mind you, us who are in Nation Center this time, we don't even know what's going on, because the people in Cardinal, they're in the thick of it. Like them, it's water cannons, it's heavy police, it's tear gas. It was very crazy up there. But at this time, we hadn't still gone to Parliament Road. So they were in Parliament Road. So that's why you can see she was hurt badly. So I just took this photo as she was being rushed into Nation Center to get medical attention. I don't know what happened to her afterwards, but I hope she's okay. Samurai, Sexorina, Ngogi, Beta Getao, Gidhui, Graphy, Chris, karibuni sana, welcome to the stream. We're just going through photos from the protests and just explaining my point of view of the things I saw and the things I experienced. So karibu sana. There's another stream, there's another now full HD stream on YouTube. If you want to check that out, you can also go to YouTube, same at Director Selfie on YouTube, and you're going to find it there. Let me see. So these are just snapshots of the police as they were setting up the barricade at Nation Center, heavily armed. So this photo is, I took this photo, this was the change, the shift between people being, so what happens is the small Mariamu, for my bougie people, Mariamu is like the Land Cruiser police cars. They're the ones that go, when they need to arrest people, they're the ones that are normally used. So people were being transferred from the Mariamu to now the big lorry, because they arrest a lot of people on that day, and the Mariamu is pretty small, so hamwezi kaa hapo ndani the whole day. So whenever they get people, wanakula lap kiasi, and then now they switch. They take some people from the Mariamu to the big truck. Then the big truck takes people to Central Police. They get dumped there. Then the cycle goes on. So this photo is, I just took this as the people were changing from the Mariamu to to the big lorry. This is still the same place. It was just them like now planning, preparing where we're gonna go next. Twende hivi, lorry inaenda hivi, loading up on tear gas and all that. So at this specific photo, I had started going up towards Parliament Road, but I got to, this is City Hall. This is the road that always connects from City Hall, Supreme Court, all the way to Kenyatta Avenue. So there was very, very heavy police presence there. Also because the team in City Hall was also very notorious, because there were people who are now coming from Kencom, and yeah, the people who were chased away from Nation Center came to City Hall. So these guys actually really pissed off the police on that day, because it was impossible for the police to disrupt them. Because if you've been to City Hall, it has so many chooms, so people can run away in so many different directions, and then police can't now like chase everybody in all those directions. So people would run away into the chooms and then come and regroup again back to Hapo City Hall. So this photo was just, I think they had called for reinforcement. There were so many cars. I think they had like 5 or 6 Mariamus, which had been called for backup to come and try chase people away from City Hall, because that team there was very, very chaotic. Samurai, great photos, man. Thank you so much, bro. We were with you actually on day 1 and day 2, so you pretty much saw everything that happened. Bro, this other name is hard. Matia Saida. Welcome team, karibu sana. Irene Ovinya, karibu sana. Ignito, welcome. Brad, Paul, Tapawa, Ian, Pete, Wanza, karibuni sana to the stream. So yeah, this was the backup that was called for City Hall. Same for this. Is just a close-up shot of now them going down to chase the people away. This is just photos of press, photos of other press people. So here we were now marching towards where the Supreme Court is, where there is the intersection from Kencom, Kamivo, Adiapo Supreme Court. So this is a picture of a tear gas canister on the ground. It was actually very, very impressive and very surprising, because it was the first time most of us had ever seen tear gas canisters. Because like us as Gen Zs, I don't believe there is any Gen Z who had ever been to a protest before. This was the first protest for so many of us, so we didn't know how a tear gas canister looks, how it smells, the impact, the loudness. And I actually have one here. If you can see this, I took this back home as a souvenir. This is a tear gas canister. This is actually the one that was thrown at us for the first one. I even believe I have. There's a few live bullets here, if you can see. These are live bullets. I have like 2 of them. Hopefully CID doesn't come for me at home and pick this up. I mean, they don't have anything in them. Just souvenirs of the aftermath. So yeah, that and a tear gas canister of the debris that was left on that day. Yeah, Granny, yeah, it's a spoon. It's actually a spoon. Like, if you know how to use a spoon very well, you can turn it into a mic. Pete, good job with the photos. Asante sana. Karibu sana to the stream. I'm just gonna go through some of the best photos that we took on that day. Lynn, DJ Raf, karibuni sana to the stream. Yeah, so this was a photo of this was actually also my first time seeing a tear gas canister on the ground. So it was kind of crazy. So this is still at City Hall. This is literally outside Sakaja's office, but Sakaja's office on the other side, not like the main entrance. So this is still backup, still reinforcement. They were trying to just chase people away from here, because the team that was here was being very, very notorious. This is on top of Pronto, I believe. Yeah, this is on top of Pronto. So I think this is the chefs or waiters or something. Walikuwa tu wametoka tu kukam kujionea what was going on, and they were just chilling there because they couldn't go down. Shikonyaga, welcome to the stream. Bob Visuals, karibu sana. Roy, karibu sana. Natasha, tunawatuma huko quick. Bro, if the DCI come pick me up, I don't know. I only want to be among that team. Be there, karibu sana to the stream. Raf says, Wemze, sema ni bullet shells. You're like, okay. Bullet shells. Chaniziweke hapa ndo kila mtu anaenda. Mtu yote akiingia ajue ni bullet shells. Don't say live bullets. Believe it's live. It's live when it's... Can it be seen? Yeah. Believe hapo zinaweza onekana. And the tear gas canister. Most people don't even know what this is, so watu hawatajua hii ni nini. But it's a tear gas canister to anybody who didn't turn up for maandamano. Yeah. So yeah, this is Apple outside Pronto. I remember these guys who are on top of Pronto started chanting. What's the word, man? How do you call kugaslight in Swahili? Like kuambia makarao hatukuogopi rusha. Now they're inside a hotel, so they know the police can't throw tear gas hapo ndani, but walianza tu kugaslight makarao that mbona wanashika watu, mbona wanapiga watu. Anybody who knows what gaslighting is in Swahili, I actually really need to know what gaslighting is in Swahili. But they were just taunting the police, and then this guy was just looking at them, and he just knows he can't do anything, so he was just standing there looking at them as wanazua. Anybody who was at home watching news on that day probably knows these two girls. They were just passing, and I don't know why, for some reason, provoking. Gach. Provoking is actually the right English word. Provoking, taunting, I believe. Kama shule nilienda ni kama tukufunzo hizo vitu. Yeah, but kuchocha, I feel like kuchocha is more of a good thing. Kuchocha mtu. I feel like kuchocha is like to nikakupea mtu psych. I don't think kuchocha is I don't know. There has to be a Swahili word for like gaslighting and like, yeah, but provoking is provoking is actually the correct English word. Gaslighting is a different thing. Oh, really? Gaslighting is what Ruto did to us when he was in the interview with the 3 journalists. Akisema venye sisi polisi walifanya tu Kenya walifanya, wako tu sawa, sisi wengine tu sisi ndio tuko na shida. Agripina, welcome to the stream. Mr. Kim, karibu sana. Ian, hey bro, kazi safi sana, asante sana. Raf says sound and pictures iko sawa. Asante sana Raf. You check out the YouTube stream also. YouTube, I believe Instagram has heavier compression, I believe, on quality. YouTube is a bit lenient on that. But thank you so much. The production is awesome. Need to know how you do this. Gach, I'll show you. Tukipatana, I'll show you how I do it. But I have like a whole streaming setup and a software I use, lights and a camera. I posted, I think, a small BTS on my Insta stories, but ndakuonyesha how to do it. It's very actually, Gach, there are some things I believe we can do together. Iyo ebu wacha tutaongea. I'll see you kando, because I feel like you can also do some very, very good financial content. Anybody who is actually looking for an accountant, mmefile returns, leo ni date ishapita, date 3. Saa jo hujafile utakula fine, but ndo usikule fine mzito. Look for Joe Gashira is a very, very brilliant senior accountant, so he can sort you out on all that. If you need anything done for taxes, ama kama unataka tu financial advice, ama kama uko na pesa mingi kama mimi na kuitumia na kuihandle inakuanga shida, Joe is the guy you go to. Unaambia mimi kuna milioni 10, wewe niambie tunaweza break down aje, kama tunaweka money market, kama tunaweka sako. So yeah, Joe is the person to see. Kare, welcome to the stream. Mido, Ethan, karibuni sana. Mwanga ya gesi, direct translation. Yeah, huyo mkosti, lakini akisikia ukisema hivyo inakuwa noma. Umesema Agripina is on the stream. Agripina is on the stream. Agripina is on the... Lakini I believe, I don't know if she's still around, but I believe she does different things right now. I believe. Siku hizi kwanza ameomoka kwa mafutani mbaya. Agripina, if niomoshe a Dubai trip, I wouldn't mind. At least I get to see some of that tall Dubai building. So, what's the name? The tallest, I think the tallest building in the world, no? It's not, what's the name of that? I've forgotten the name of the tall Dubai building. Jenga, Robi, Mwathi, karibuni sana, welcome to the stream. So I was saying those guys who watched news on that day know these ladies. They were just harassed by the police as they were passing by because they were wearing black, and theme for that day was to wear black. So police wakaanza kusema oh nyini protesters. They just harassed them. Like I saw live them harassing these two ladies as they were passing by. This one tried to surrender akisema mi hata nimetoka job, sina ubaya, I'm just going home, nimetoka kazi, but they didn't listen, so they were made to sit down. So this is the other one being pulled back by the female police, and then she's just trying to tell the guys that mi nimetoka tu job, hata sina ubaya. It was on the news for those who were watching the news on that day. So at this point, this was a police trying to arrest one of our press guys. I don't know what the police were on to on that day. They were just walikuwa tu na tamaa ya kushikashika watu sana on that day. I don't know what was happening. It was very very weird. So at this moment walikuwa wamekalisha hao mademu wawili hapo chini, and now they were being interviewed. I think this guy was calling someone from work kusema ameshikwa na polisi. It was very chaotic here, so we were just taking photos of them and listening to what they had to say. DJ Mzito, karibu sana. Burj Khalifa, yeah, that's the building. It's called Burj Khalifa. Naonanga, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos of wase wakienda huko and you try to take photos, but it's always very very crowded. So if Agrippina is still in the chat, sign me up. I have to see Burj Khalifa at least once before I die. At least once. Jordan, karibu sana to the stream. Is this Nabi Majari or Mageri? Chris, welcome to the stream. Karibuni sana. We're just going through the photos of the protests from my perspective as I try to explain what was going on and things from my perspective. So if you're just tuning in, that's what we're doing. There's also another stream on YouTube of the same thing. It's the other one is a bit full HD. So if you prefer YouTube over Instagram, you can also check out that stream on YouTube. So this was here we had rotated because the police up at Pronto chased us away, even as press. So we had to rotate. This is same of this street, Mamangina. So right here where the tear gas is, ndo kuna kwanga na hiyo statue ya Dedan Kimathi. And then this is now hapo where Mamangina starts as you're going ukipanda juu ukienda Equity. So still very very chaotic because they had now chased people from City Hall. We ran to Mamangina and then still threw tear gas at us. They were like trying to tangoaje ile mmezungukwa nyinyi wote na polisi. What's the word that's the SWAT people use? They were trying to, what do they say, like when they come to your house alafu wazunguke nyumba mzima so that you don't get out? There has to be a name. There's a name for it. I know the name, but it's just not registering in my mind right now. You have been, guys, help please. There's a name for it, but akita unatokea kesho. I actually don't know if there are protests tomorrow. I'm trying to see what people are gonna say today because Tuesday was very very bad. Tuesday was very chaotic because right now I feel like protests have just turned to being a goon city. So the goons are very very many with looting and stealing from people and all that. So I'll try see how things look tomorrow, and then we know if I'm gonna turn up or if not. Let me see. This photo is a picture of this guy was very very young. I even believe he's under 18 years old. I don't know what he was doing here and how he found himself here, but he was just crying. I remember he was crying and he was just, for lack of a better word, gaslighting the police again. Wakimwambia mbona wanarushia tear gas, mbona wanawapiga na hakuna makosa wamefanya. So I just took a picture of him ranting and he was holding. Now these are the OGs. These are the OG tear gas canisters. The one I have here is, but I actually have one like this, I believe, somewhere. But these ones are the ones that when they're thrown at you, they fall down and then they blow up. So if you are around, you can't. The ones I have, this is what you see most people throw back at the police. The ones who throw these ones back are a different breed of men. But this one's don't explode. This one is just, it's non-lethal, but it just has the gas. So upon impact inalipuka, and then inside inatokana, and then all the gas comes out. So this is what most people throw back at the police. So they just grab it and then they throw it back. This one has like a timer. It's like a grenade. When it's thrown, you have to like count like 10 seconds before it blows up. So if you're brave enough like me, you can just take it back and then throw it back at the police. And it's, yeah, that's what people are doing. Hope, karibu sana to the stream. Lulu, welcome to the stream. Provoking, mzee si gaslighting, sawa. Provoking, that's the word I'm gonna use from right now. Jerry, karibu sana. Raplord, welcome to the stream. Mido says selfies tarudisha watu wa picha ushagoa. Mi nafanya tu kazi yangu. Mi hata sikuwa na ubaya. Mi nilitokea tu nipige picha. Kuna watu wengine wanoma. Kuna watu walikuja wakapiga hadi wapicha noma kuniliko, but yeah, this is just my perspective. Mimi hata sikuwa na ubaya. Picture Guru, welcome to the stream. Guys, I met Picture Guru on the Parliament Day. Very, very, very cool guy. Very amazing creator. He has some very, very good videos of the protests. So pass by his page and you'll see the videos he did. Jessica, welcome to the stream. Karibu sana. DJ Sparks, karibu. It's Simon, welcome to the stream. Karibuni sana. Thank you everyone for being here. We have the same stream on YouTube, so if you prefer watching this on YouTube, if you prefer Instagram, whichever, but there's both on all ends. So yeah, so the next picture, this is a friend of mine called Biose. He's a very amazing creator, a very amazing photographer. So I was taking a picture of him because I just saw him. Next to him is Derek. He can't be seen clearly, but he was blurred out. Derek was actually also caught on that day by the police accidentally because he wasn't doing anything. Walikuwa ametoka because they work up close to City Hall. So walikuwa ametoka over lunchtime just to see what's going on, and then the police just come and arrest everyone regardless of who you are. So it was even on live television as they arrested him and put him in the Mariam, and then he was just there. He couldn't even believe what the police were doing. But Beyonce went and freed him on that day. It was this day, I'm telling you, anybody here who turned up on this first day is a true OG. Day one was like the most day one and Parliament Day, most chaotic days I've ever seen in my life. It was extremely crazy. But Ageta says top notch quality. Asante sana Picha Guru. Nimekuja kuona kama ni mimi pekee niko na trauma manze bro. After Parliament Day, trauma na ilinyorosha kila mtu. Hiyo day yani, after that day it was just crazy. I don't know, but personally mimi I don't think ilini affect as much because I had been with the police because that Parliament Day was like, I think, was it like my 4th day? So I had kind of got used to their brutality and the sounds of the bullets and the sounds of the tear gas. So for me, I had kind of eased into it a bit more, but I know it must have been hard for some people on that day, especially now when the killings began. Must have been very crazy, but I hope uko sawa because kwanza wewe uliko frontline sana, so I hope you're okay, bro. Nyago, karibu sana, welcome to the stream. Hi guys, it's your girl Nyago, for those who know her. Samina Fanseme, hi guys, it's your boy Selfie here with Nyago. Welcome to the stream, Nyago. It's nice having you here. Green Cajun, welcome to the stream. At Gahenda, karibu sana. We're just going through the protest pictures and explaining things from my own perspective. So if you're just coming in, karibu sana. This is a stream on YouTube also. If you prefer watching it on YouTube, feel free. So this was just the same circus of Hapo City Hall running around with the police and all that. So we had just been tear gassed, and I remember I was running away from the gas. Then I turned and then I saw this guy. For me, did I really? No, I didn't have a mask on that day. But most press guys had masks. But yeah, he was very brave because he was actually doing video. And for those who know video, most of the times you have to get very up close. He was very, I don't know his name, but if he ever sees this, he was very, very brave, and he hakuwa anaogopa kuingia kwa tear gas, but hapa naye ilimlemea. So I just took a picture of him as he was running away from it because it had gotten to a point where it's very, very bad. At this point, I remember this city hopper was coming into town, and this guy was crossing the street. Alikuwa amelema because he had been tear gas, so he couldn't move. And I remember this driver was kind enough to stop the bus and give this guy water. I don't know if I have that shot of... No, I don't have it. I didn't put it in this render. But he gave him a bottle of water for him to wipe off the tear gas from his face, which was very, very kind of him amidst all that chaos. Because alikuwa amelemewa kabisa, he couldn't even walk. And I don't know if, I think different people react to tear gas in a different way. Some wanalemewa sana, some just fight it off. Wengine, I don't know. Maybe from my perspective, for me it doesn't. Sometimes it hurts so bad. Sometimes I just manage to get my way through. But yeah, for him, alikuwa amelemewa sana. So at this point, I remember. So this is opposite. This building back here is Imenti. And this is normally the Naivas yenye nakwanga hapo just at the beginning of Kenyatta Avenue as you are coming from Moi Avenue. Ukianza Moi Avenue, there's is it Naivas or Tuskys? I think it's Naivas. And then Imenti there. And then there's this other side, there's tribal roots. For my old millennials and parents, ni mali Ibrahims ilikuanga kitambo. Kwa watu wazee kaa sisi, mali those guys who know Ibrahims back in the days, it's hapo katikati ya Ibrahims na hiyo Naivas. For Gen Zs, tribal roots, Imenti na mwanzo wa Kenyatta Avenue. So that's where this is. So the police had put a roadblock to block the people who are in Tomboya Street and Moi Avenue Street from coming up, because hiyo side ya Tomboya there was a very very huge crowd of people who were very very mad and very angry. So they were trying to find their way to Kenyatta Avenue because the agenda was to occupy parliament. So people were just trying to find their way to parliament, so the police were there to just make sure people don't go. So that's why they put the block hapo katikati, ndio watu wa Tomboya na Moi Avenue wasipande all the way to Kenyatta Avenue. So yeah, that was the thing. Apollos, welcome to the stream. Calist, Steve, karibuni sana. It's nice having you guys here. Let me see if actually my WhatsApp people came to the live. WhatsApp people sometimes don't really know. I don't think if they know what always happens to this world. Anybody here who gets active WhatsApp status views, teach me your ways, because my WhatsApp crew is crazy. So yeah, this was the barricade yenye ilikuwa imewekwa hapo katikati. This is the police. I remember, I don't know if, because I had just seen some of this guy, this artist Sinanoma. Aitwa nani? Sinanoma, my guy. Ide alikuwa na noma mbaya, hakuwa anataka mchezo. So he was among the people wenye walikuwa hii side ya Tomboya. And I remember, I think this is them being tear gassed, because I had just met him hapo, and then the police now came, and then I think there was a crowd between ako kanjia kana kwanga hapo Naivas. So this is them being Charisma. Yeah. So this is Charisma and the people who are around him being tear gassed, because walikuwa na noma na wako wanataka mchezo. So this exact shot here is a shot of the tear gas canister coming out of the gun, and it was going towards them. And then after that, they started laughing at their achievement and just chilling. I don't know, I think they were plotting to leave at this point, because they felt like they had cooled down, ama they had walikuwa wameweza hiyo timu ya Mamangina, Tomboya. So that's what they were planning. So it's still pictures of the roadblock. This was actually the first time I saw the bullet shell, just to be clear and don't square corrected tena. This was the first time I actually saw a bullet shell, and this guy was just holding it towards me. Akiniambia, ona mapolisi wanatumia live bullets towards us. And I just had to take a picture of it. This is them picking up the tear gas canisters. I don't know where they take them after they pick them up, but so this is just a picture of a police picking up the tear gas canisters. So at this point, I don't know how brave the police got all of a sudden. So they were marching towards Odeon at this specific time. So there was like a tactical unit that now started going towards Odeon because it started getting very chaotic in Odeon. So it started going towards Ukochini. So it started following them. So this is, anybody who knows Odeon, this is literally hapo sasa kwa hiyo entrance ya Odeon, but side ya Tomboya. So this, how many people? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think they were a bit, I think like around 12 to 15 police officers started going towards Odeon to try and cool things down on that side. So walienda wakarushia watu waliko huko chini side ya Taveta Road na River Road tear gas. So this guy got arrested apparently, I don't know the story behind it. I might be right, I might be wrong. So I heard that he was the leader of the gang. No, gang is the wrong word. He's the leader of the protesters who were hiyo side ya Tomboya. So I don't know. So the crazy thing is this guy was in a matatu. Hizo matatu za MSL ama ni hizo za Kasarani zinakwanga hapo. So this guy was inside a matatu, and then we were, because me, I was behind the police, so I was walking with them. So this guy was in a mat. I don't know how they saw him. Apparently they say he was a leader of the protesters huko chini. So they saw him when he was inside the matatu, and they went and grabbed him from the mat and took him out. And I remember they were very happy because they had arrested the leader of the protest. They were actually very, very happy and very stoked. So walimshika, and then now they were just taking him to the Mariamu. And yeah, so that's the story behind this picture. And he was just talking to them. He was actually very chilled. He didn't resist arrest. He didn't talk shit. He was just very chilled. Ako like, mi nishashikwa, nyi mnipeleke tu mali mnanipeleka. So yeah, that's the story behind this picture. Angry Shots, Chelimo, Rose, karibu sana, welcome to the stream. Rodney, Harry, karibuni sana, welcome to the stream. Hiyo kiatu huyo mmoja imechoka na bado anakataza maandamano. Hizi viatu zao I think wanapeangwa boots wakiingia time ya enrollment, alafu sasa unakaa nao miaka yako yote. Fai kuwai change. Yeah. So this photo, this is a picture of what's her name? How am I forgetting the names of these guys? Kwambox. So this is a picture of Kwambox. I remember what happened is a tear gas had been thrown. This is hapo hiyo intersection ya Nation Center, kienda hivyo Sarova Stanleys, Kenyatta Avenue hivyo. So a tear gas had been thrown. I think Kwambox probably figured it out later because everybody had run away, and then Kwambox is the only person who had stayed behind. And this is a picture of her running through the smoke, because I remember as people dispersed, I also ran away because of the tear gas. But when I looked back, I saw Kwambox alone in the tear gas, just trying to run for her life and just trying to find a safe place. So that's when I took this. I just turned back and snapped this picture of her akiwa ndani ya tear gas running away. And it was just getting chaotic, because I remember at this point it was just getting very, very bad. So that's how I managed to get this picture of Kwambox alone in the tear gas. And then, so I remember after that, the police now removed the roadblock that was hapo nje ya Naivas. So now people now started coming up towards Kenyatta Avenue. This is just a wide picture you can see of people coming from Imenti, Tomboya, Moi Avenue, climbing up towards Kenyatta Avenue in an attempt now to go to Parliament. And then I think this is the police trying to come back, but this time they didn't put a roadblock. They just came back, threw tear gas, then they circled back again. So basically on that day, that was just what was going on. Kuzungushana tu na polisi in town. It was very chaotic. It was like just cat and mouse. That's just what was happening on that day. Let me see. Roba is here, clearly. He's here. Mikmeli, welcome to the stream. Mudhoni, karibu sana. So this picture is a picture of this guy. This guy actually wasn't protesting. I think alikuwa ametoka job, and then the police just arrested him because as they were passing by, they grab whoever they can along the way. So I have 3 shots of this guy, and this is the moment where they pushed him. He fell down, and then this is like 3 policemen, and then there's 3 more running towards him also, and then there's others in the Mariamu. So they were running towards him to grab him and take him to the car. So it's the moment they all grabbed him, they lifted him up. It's like how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 policemen grabbed him. And then I remember at this point, the lorry came. So as you can see, his clothes are torn off. This guy who grabbed him by the collar, his t-shirt is torn off. The other one is grabbing him by the waist at his belt, pulling him. The other one is pushing him from behind. So it was very, very... The method of arrest is not something you'd really want to be part of. So they were just pulling him and taking him to the truck. And this is just a picture. Some of these pictures are just snapped randomly when there's tear gas and I turn and I see something cool, like this photographer just being in the smoke of tear gas doing his work. This is Kwambox. This is around 680 hotel. You're just doing a few interviews, getting experiences of watu, what they're going through, how their experience is. I mean, just doing journalist things. Because as journalists, you just go on the ground and just get stories of things that are going on. Mbona wanakushika by force hivyo? Bro, I don't know what was up with the police on that day, but just know the moment a police or like multiple policemen get a hold of you, that's how they're gonna handle you. They don't care, both to men and women. They just treated everybody the same. I don't know why they were attacking people on that way. I remember here I was actually among these guys, but I got scared because I actually saw like this tear gas was literally thrown at us because I think these were guys from, I don't know which station it was. I think it was NKTN or something. Can't really remember clearly, but they were doing an interview here, and then I was there with them, and then I just look down towards City Hall, and I just see a policeman pick up the gun and fire the canister towards us. I was like, mi naye hapa siwezi kaa, hapa naye siwezi kaa, ilibidi tu nitoke mbio. So I had to run back to the other side and then now look back and see what happened. They were bold enough, they didn't move. Hao walibaki tu hapo. So just took a picture of them with now because they threw like 3 tear gas canisters towards us. So based on the experience I had gotten earlier of a tear gas canister being thrown towards me, I couldn't stay there. So just took this picture of them. They were not afraid, they just stayed, they stood their ground, they continued doing their interviews. So from here, I believe it's day 2, which was on Thursday. So the other photos you've seen were on Tuesday, so this is Thursday. So same case. The police throwing tear gas at protesters, regardless of whether they are peaceful or not. So I just got this shot of the tear gas canister coming out, and there's smoke from the gun and the sparks and all that. So this was still early stages. So the police generals and the GSU guys just organizing themselves. We're gonna block here, we're gonna block here, we're gonna block here. So this is them just getting instructions. This is literally hapo Parliament Road, just kwa hiyo kona ya Basilica as you're coming from Cardinal Otunga. So these guys were just, I think this security guard, the male and the female, opened the door for them to hide themselves inside their store. I don't know if they were being chased, because I just saw them as they were coming out to see if things had cooled down. So security guards had given them space to at least shelter themselves inside. And I actually think they threw a tear gas canister in here because there's a time we passed there and there was smoke coming out from this store. So I think they had thrown it there. So this was early morning on day 2, which is on Thursday. So this is just the police with a water cannon now going towards City Hall, so that now they can, because people are coming now from that side. So this is early morning, still setting up and all that. So they're just going to at least cool down people before things get very, very bad down there. This is just detailed shots of, because this was the first time I had actually been this close to a gun and with the whole tear gas canister and all that. So just took this close-up shot. So many people asked me how this guy has an Apple Watch na yeye polisi. Kwani mnaonanga polisi hawezi kuwa na pesa ama mnakwanga mmedharau polisi sana, si ndio? Guy has like, this is a series what? This is a series 8 or 9 Ultra. I mean, maybe police get paid well. Huwezi jua, maybe wanaongezangwa mshahara wakirudi Backstreet. But yeah, this is just a close-up picture of how the tear gas canister looks. Ricky, welcome to the stream. Kaloi, karibu sana. Kaloi, kuna vitu ulikuwa unatumia ukanitoka, ni sawa tu. Finicat, welcome to the stream. Nyawera, welcome to the stream. We're just going through photos of the protests from my perspective, just explaining the different things I saw and how things were. And there's also the similar stream on YouTube. So if you prefer watching this on YouTube, feel free, whether YouTube or Instagram, the stream is there. So yeah, still early preparations. Hapa ni lori ya GSU imekam, so inawaweka chini, so ndo sasa wajue how they're gonna distribute themselves. So this is back now. So this is day 2. This is still at Nation Center. So I remember I went back to Nation Center. I climbed on top of, there's a hotel there next to Nation Center called City Star, I believe, or something. So I climbed on top of City Star and then went to the balcony and took this picture of a group of people coming down as they're protesting. So this was pretty early in the day. Not so much chaos, not so much commotion. So at that moment, people protest a bit freely, and then now it gets worse as it goes on. Tunalipo 17k, huwezi jua, labda hii day juu ya maandamano wanapigangwa bonus, kila mtu anafikishwa kaa 50k. You never know. That's why unaona sasa hata hawezi ulizwa if they attack protesters and throw tear gas at them. So maybe on protest days the salary is a bit more than like other normal days where there isn't anything going on. So maybe on top of your 17 wanafikishwa kaa kachwani kila mtu. Hatari snaps. Thank you so much bro, asante sana. Live and Love Studios, welcome. Grace, karibu sana to the stream. Samurai wa labda wanalipwa na kills. That might actually be a good point. Maybe kills but that's so might be the number of tear gas unarusha on that day. Kila mtu anapewa tear gas ka 30 unaambiwa leo unalipo kulingana na zenye umerusha. Ukirudi hapa na tear gas 25 ulirusha 5 peke yake, so maybe sawa wanapigwa bonus ya 5 for every tear gas wanapatiwa. Hey director, you did a great job documenting. Thank you so much. It was tough, it was hectic, it was very sad. It had very high highs and very low lows. But yeah, I just tried and did my best. But thank you so much, Grace. Mimo, karibu sana. Wanjiru, welcome to the stream. Racy, welcome to the stream. Victoria, hi, how are you? Victoria has actually been on all protests every single day, I believe, tangu day one. True legend, that one. Karibu sana, welcome to the stream. Chauda, welcome. Ongozi, karibu sana. Joy Ndira, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We're just going through protest photos that I took from my perspective. Wangeshi, welcome to the stream. So I'm just going through all of them and explaining things from what I saw and the experiences that we had. This stream is also on YouTube, so if you prefer watching it on YouTube also, feel free to do that. So still at Nation Center, day 2, people with their placards, holding them up. Everybody wants their voice heard. Hi ladies. I know why you're saying that. Such a troll. Victoria. Anyway, yeah, so this is up on Nation Center. Just different snaps. I was just trying to document different messages that everybody had, because everybody was speaking what they have in their heart in the form of placards. So yeah, so this is Reject Finance Bill, kunyesha si luxury. So the reference for this photo is they were trying to add more taxes on ladies. What's the correct English word for pads? I feel like pads is a very ghetto word, like a very street word, no? There's a is it sanitary towels or is it sanitary pads? Sanitary? Ladies, help me. Don't leave me high and dry in the desert. Sanitary towels. I kind of knew it. I was on the right track. So yeah, the government, as with the proposed finance bill, was trying to add more taxes on sanitary towels. So for her, I believe this is the message we're trying to portray. Like, it's not a choice that I get my periods, but you still now want to add very heavy taxes on them on getting sanitary towels, which was very, very unfair. Like, even from my point of view, it was very, very unfair for ladies in general, and even for the men who buy sanitary towels for their ladies. Sasa nikiamua sahi ama demu wote wako hapa kwa hii live, kila mtu 1 year supply ya sanitary towels, siwezi juu sawa nataka kupandisha bei. Na technically nilikuwa niwafanyia hivyo next month. Sasa no, I can't do that until now the bill is dropped. So if it's done, I can do that. Yeah, so some wanted the president, who was named Zakayo, to actually like step down as a president, get a new president. So everybody had their own views. Reject finance bill, or we publish Koinange street receipts. So for Gen Zs and other young people, us old people know what used to happen in Koinange Street. We don't have to tell you what used to happen in Koinange Street because it's adult content only for like people who are old or are of a certain age. So if you didn't find what used to happen in Koinange Street, then you just live to hear tales of what used to happen in Koinange Street. So the day you figure out is the day you know why this guy is saying we are gonna publish Koinange Street receipts. If you don't know, I don't know how to explain to you in a way that Instagram is not gonna ban this live, but just go Google and see what used to happen in Koinange Street back when you were very old, back in like 2007. I think any time below like 2017ish. Yeah, you're gonna know what used to happen. Tufanye hivyo before wapandishe. Tukipatana maandamano next nitafute tuingie Quickmart. Hiyo ya hapo hatuwezi na Quickmart ya Tombo. Ndio kuingiza hiyo Naivasi hapo ni kupiga stock. Piga stock ya 2 months ama 3 months hivi. So to spoil na 1 year's worth of pads. We hata uko Kenya. Ile siku utarudi Kenya nitafute. Tafuta mimi na kuspoil. For the time uko vacation huku, mimi na sanitary towels on my bill. Nione lakini tukisha reject. Isiposhukishwa. Juu ndawasaidiaje. I don't know how I can help you guys. This is a placard of this was actually very interesting because he actually had an actual sanitary towel glued to the paper and then ameandika different messages, which is kind of interesting because you'd think that ladies are the ones who will lead such a revolution on sanitary pads, but it was very interesting to see a guy actually speak on behalf of the ladies. And as I said, maybe he buys sanitary towels for people like I do, which is very, very nice. So maybe he feels the pain that I also feel when I buy ladies like sanitary towels, like worth of like 2 months supply. So he kind of feels the pain, he feels the pinch. So probably that's why he had this. And it's very interesting because it's like sasa to see bleed ndom lead. For my non-Kenyan people, if there is anyone here, that means the government wants us to, not us, like wants ladies not to have their periods so that now they can lead. It's kind of poetic. If you're not Kenyan and you don't know Swahili, you kind of wouldn't understand it. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it in any better way. Oh, look, there's a guy here called... Okay. Button, welcome to the stream. Karibu sana. Menstrual Daddy. That sounds so wrong to say, but welcome to the stream. You came in at a perfect time where we are talking about menstrual cycles and pads and sanitary towels for ladies. So guys, actually, I passed the baton to Menstrual Daddy. The sanitary towels I was to buy for everyone, he's gonna do that. It's literally embedded in his name. So I believe he can do that quite well. So many people actually reshared this picture. It says the fear is gone, the clouds are gathering. So it was kind of like a warning, like the fear is now gone. Like we as Gen Zs, we are the revolution and we are coming and you're not afraid. So the clouds are gathering. You have to now know which sides of the clouds you are in. Whether uko pande ya jua, uko pande ya mvua. See, I can also rhyme. Minor mind, guy. Hey. Niweke kwa live experience. Piga hapo poets. Saidi ya mvua ama saidi ya jua. Utajua. Tukikukujia. Okay. Yeah, but the fear is gone and the clouds are gathering. So this is a message that the Gen Zs were passing to the current government regime. We are standing on business, which apparently the Gen Zs did very, very well without remorse, without backing down. Quite literally stood on business. Tumbo lisilo shiba. You're already rich, let mwananchi be. So this is just him trying to pass a message to the president that you've already had enough, you've already made your wealth, stop harassing us, innocent poor citizens. Well, I don't know if I can read this out loud on live. I might get banned, but effing is good. have you thought of effing the system? So that's what this guy, and this guy was actually crying because I met him. He had he had eaten quite a lot of, not eaten tear gas, like what's the, like amekula tear gas mingi. How do you say that in English? His my learned friends, but alikuwa amerushwa tear gas mingi, so aliniona tu akaniambia nipige picha nipige. I think I even took a picture of him with his brothers, probably somewhere, because his brothers also joined. Yeah, he had inhaled. Hey, naona hata tulikupeleka majuu. Naona sasa umeenda majuu, umesoma kizungu, umekuja unatusaidia. Grace. Sasa he inhaled a lot of tear gas. Yeah, so this picture, I've forgotten the name of this creator. The guy who used to walk in streets telling guys mambo. Forgotten his name, but yeah, this is just a cool picture of him. A cool picture of him with the Kenyan flag. Another picture of him. So this, at this point, I remember people who are now marching towards Parliament, attempting to get to Parliament. So this is just a cool picture of a guy holding a flag. This is Goofy. I remember I met Goofy at, this is Kenyatta Avenue, close to Cardinal Otunga, which is the side he's facing. So ukisonga mbele, you now turn towards Cardinal Otunga. Goofy had just inhaled, as you guys have told me, tear gas, and he was running. He was out of breath here. And this is him with his Insta 360, and really, I just saw him kiwa melema and just took a picture of him. Same place, a picture of this guy. He just saw me and never take a picture of me, so that I remember this day. I don't know if he even ever sees this picture, but hopefully he does. But yeah, picture of him also. There's a picture of Kaskazini at what is this? This is up around City Hall. So I was just moving around and I saw this picture of him. He actually kind of likes this photo a lot because he came to me akiniambia, I sent him this picture and how cool it looks. It also got a lot of reshares, and yeah, it was a dope picture of him. It looks like it will be used in a movie poster or something. Like he just turned like an actor, which is kind of a cool photo. So beginning of these photos, let me see. This is Samsonia, amazing photographer. We were with him on that day also. This is Samsonia still. There's a picture of Keegan, Sam again. There's a picture of Minor Mind. Minor is probably somewhere writing poems. But here's a picture of Minor hapo chini ya Nation Center. So alikuwa amekuja chini to also go document. This is day 2. Here's a picture of Moav. Moav is an OG photographer. So there's a picture of him. I took of him to hizo side za Nyayo House, I believe. There's a picture of Ban. These two guys, I just met them randomly. They also asked for a picture. Same for these guys. This guy is called, what's his name? Is it Desmond or something? This guy is Desmond, the guy who wears the flip-flops, the swimming thingies, and then walks around akichokoza watu. I believe this is him. Ndinda, welcome to the stream. Kamuyu Maxwell, karibu sana. Lex, welcome to the stream. Kenda, karibu sana. Yeah, it's Desmond, right? Yeah, it's Desmond. Alikuwa amepanda on top of hizo signs, the street. So this is just a cool picture of him. I don't know where he left his flip-flops on this day. But yeah, random pictures. This is Abel Mutua. I don't know if this is when he was coming into town or he was around, but they were moving around in this mat. So he was hanging up where conductors always hang, and he was with people, and so many people around him were very happy to see him. This is when I took a picture of him as they were coming into town. This is actually Grania. I don't know if Grania is still in the stream, but this is a picture of Grania and her friends. Took a picture of them also. Okay, I'm reject with their hands up high, showing how in solidarity. Yeah. And then people, what's funny, this picture started with like 2 people, then went 4 people. So many people came and joined. Eventually, I just had to like take a group picture of so many people, and I even stopped because more people even wanted to join in. But this is a picture of, started with me taking a picture of Grania alone, and then now so many people just came and joined in into her. into her picture, and then just became a group picture all of a sudden. Yeah, so this is more photos of me just walking around and taking pictures of people. It was actually surprising to see how so many ladies turned up on this day, which was very, very impressive. Same hapa ni hapo nje ya Nation Center, people gathering around. This lady had gotten hurt. She had bruises on her head. I think she had some more on her hand, and she had a sanitary towel on her head, which was like her sign of how she expressed herself. So just took a picture of her because she was in pain. She had got, I don't know what happened. Maybe she got tripped as she was running away. I don't know what had happened because I just found her there. So I just took this picture of her and her friend trying to see if maybe they can get medical assistance. I think they went to an ambulance later after. But yeah, this was a picture of her seated down there. So more photos. This is Beta and her friends. Upon Nation Center. Nation Center actually had a very, very big group. These guys were moving around with a Ford Ranger. Don't know where they got it from. I think the number plates were even covered, but they're just moving around, giving people. Gaslight is not the word, but this one's now gaslighting people. Hao walikuwa wanachocha watu sana, so they were just moving around making sure people don't lose their morale. So they're just moving around in that. There's a picture of Kezia and Ashley, and I don't think I got the name of their friend. There's a picture of them. Let me see what actually was on their plan. Dora the Explorer, Utacha Ukora. Hey, you are poets out here, god damn. Hey, ikifika ni kutukana serikali nyinyi naye amnanga chills. Mambo ya kutukana serikali nayo, the poems come out very, very ripe and very, very ready. You guys don't joke with that. Queen Sasi, welcome to the stream. Victor, karibu sana. Reg, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Dora the Explorer, utaacha ukora. Hashtag hatutaki mpigs. Hashtag reject not amend. Hashtag reject finance bill. Kama hujui kazi, rudi kama goat. Don't know where that is, lakini mi najua tu nyinyi naye mnachukia serikali. Kama mnaweza andika vitu kaa hizi, mpeni serikali at all. Lazima tuwakilishe. Next time sasa, I expected to see you guys in parliament, lakini mliogopa. But it's okay, at least you guys came out and supported. Yeah, so this is the car I was telling you guys about, that they were moving around in, plates covered. One of them who has a tear gas in his hand. Yeah, just moving around, giving people morale. This guy was on skates, also moving around with a placard, vaccinate the cows in parliament. I'm telling you guys have zero respect for your government. Zero respect. You call MPs cows. Heshima naye hamna hata kidogo. But yeah, people just expressing their I just took this photo to show now how people had different ways of protecting themselves from the gas. We are on a mask, and on top of the mask, on another mask, and a water bottle in her hand, just to show the seriousness of how crazy the tear gas was on that day. I don't think this photo ever got shared. If anybody knows her, I think it's somewhere posted in my feed. You guys can share it to her. And anybody else who's in the, because most of these guys, I took so many pictures of random people. So if you know any of them or know someone who knows them, you guys feel free to share it to them. Like this one has 2 masks. She has 2 masks, and then amend for who reject. Hakuna story ya kuamend, ni itoke ka imetoka, of which it got rejected in the end, I believe. I hope so, because I had it still pending. But yeah, so I remember this picture of this lady. We were now in Cardinal Otunga, so the police had set up a roadblock there, and then she just came and she wanted a picture of her behind the police line. So the police was standing wote hapo so that people now don't pass in Cardinal Otunga. So she just stood behind them and took a picture with them behind. So this lady right here, she was blowing kisses to the police. So literally where I'm standing is where the police are. So she's just blowing kisses. This place, there are so many videos of this place here. It's the place where they had put the water cannon hapo tu kwa that small roundabout of Cardinal Otunga, and people were being washed down. This is where the pink water, this is I think the first time people now experience the pink water. So This lady was just blowing kisses to the police, despite the police harassing people so much and beating people and arresting people and throwing tear gas canisters. People were actually very friendly on these first 2 days. People are big on a water cannon. People come back, they sing national anthem and all that. Yeah, it was just this right here was this place had very crazy scenes. Because her name is Naomi. Which one? The one in who? This girl here. Ama, the one with a mask and another mask on top. So yeah, this is just another random picture of one lady protesting. She has a sanitary towel on her head, which is her way of expressing her grievance. More random pictures of people, more random pictures. So still pushing the same agenda of sanitary towels. It's just buses coming to town, and then they were just hooting, and people are very happy to follow the buses as they're coming in. So at this point, I remember the people had pushed the police way back. So this is hapo nje ya Nyayo house. Yeah, this is literally in Nyayo house where the police had blocked this road. It was very chaotic. If you look closely at this Super Metro bus, not Super Metro, City Hopper bus, the screen, the windshield is broken. So I think it got very chaotic over here before the police arrived. So they had to put a roadblock here. So nobody could come into town using the GPO side, and nobody could go out of town using the GPO out. So using the GPO way. So yeah, that's what was going on here. Which lady are you guys talking about? This one. I believe this is the one you're saying, Naomi. Yeah, I don't know if I posted that one, but I can send it to her if maybe you guys can maybe find a way of telling her to reach out to me. I have the HD versions, so anybody who was just reaching out, if they saw themselves and if I took a picture of them, I'll just send it to them. So yeah, so this is the police squad yenye ilikuwa hapo GPO, preparing to now push people back as they're coming up from Kenyatta Avenue. This is a picture of a hat on the floor. Police trying to, probably someone was running away, it fell off. Just small details. This is a picture of, just a cool picture of, well, not really a cool picture, but just a picture of the police throwing a tear gas canister towards protesters. So this is where it landed. Initially inakwanga hapo GPO. I think people were trying, some were trying to run away. I have a picture here of these guys who are trying to throw the tear gas canister back to the police. This guy has a helmet on. Very OG. Guy just has a helmet ya ajali yako, like hii stuff lazima nishike niirudishe. Let me see, the lady glasses no Naomi. Mariam, welcome to the stream. Lydia, Muthoni, Chunk, karibuni sana. So yeah, this is just people trying to tell the police us we are very, very peaceful. We don't want any more tear gas. We don't want you guys to arrest us. We just come in peace. We don't have any issues. You can see like this crowd of people just raising up their hands and trying to tell the police that CC, we are peaceful. We don't have any issues. Then it's just the police telling them, no, you guys go back. Tutaki maneno yenu. It was very, very loud and very chaotic, but eventually the people managed to pass that roadblock. So this is hapo Kenyatta Avenue, now GPO. Now they just pushed the police back and back and back. And so this is hapo kwa roundabout ya GPO that goes to Valley Road and University Way, connects there. So the police had thrown a tear gas, but now people sent it back. So this is just the police trying to push it back so that it doesn't blow. Because these are the ones, this exact one are the ones that blow up on the police. Not on the police, the ones that blow up. They're the ones that blow up when they're thrown towards people. So he was just trying to kick it away so it doesn't blow up literally in front of them. But yeah, as you can see, the people were so many, the police couldn't manage to overpower these guys. So eventually guys just managed to pass through and overpower the police. So this time, this group here was headed towards Uhuru Highway. They were trying now to get to Parliament. So at this point, I was still with the police. They had pushed the police so back. So here we are in Uhuru Highway, literally hapo nyuma ya Parliament. Yeah, so this is hapo tu nyuma ya Parliament. So they had put another car roadblock there. So this is just the police throwing tear gas back at people. This is a very crazy picture that I took of this guy taunting the police. You guys said it's not gaslighting. This guy taunting the police, and he was actually pissing them off so much because, as you can see, where the tear gas is, everybody, like hundreds of people, were behind the tear gas, but he was the only person who was in front of the tear gas taunting the police. So he's just like them, like me. I don't fear you guys. They tried arresting him, they couldn't. I remember at one point they tried arresting him, and the guy came and saved him. But this now is the epitome of Gen Z's being very hard-headed and like they don't care. So these two police officers, I remember, were trying to run and go arrest him, and he eventually just got away. Unde Be Fearless was a person, literally, like this guy, like he didn't give a shit. He was like, me, I'm just fearless. If you guys want to arrest me, come and arrest me. I don't care. So yeah, that's when I took this picture. So this is the police going to arrest him. So this Nduthi guy had been tear gassed, this border guy, but they were passing. They were very peaceful because he was carrying a client. So he's just raising his hand, say, me, I'm not a protester. Me, I'm just passing. Me, I'm working. Me, I don't have an issue. I'm just doing my business today. So eventually now the crowd managed to push people back all the way to Hapo, to just close to Parliament, but on the Uhuru Highway side. So you can see just the police looking at the crowd and trying to see how can we push these guys back. What can we do? And yeah, it got very crazy here. As you can see, the crowd was very, very big. Behind these guys is a whole huge crowd. It's just a picture of one police officer looking at them as they are taunting him. I remember this picture. A tear gas canister had stuck on the barrel of the gun, so it couldn't go out. So he was trying to like cock the gun and see if the tear gas canister can go. Eventually, I think it just blew up on the gun's muzzle because he didn't find a way of taking it out. So yeah, so this is just more tear gas. The crowd continued building up, coming towards the police. 3 more tear gas, people still being very fearless and just marching on. So as you can see, I just took this picture of, so this is where we were, literally just next to Parliament, but on the back side. So they were just restocking on more tear gas here and just getting more reinforcement from the police. And yeah, I think this was the last picture I took on that day because it now got very, very chaotic. Let me see pictures. What are these pictures of day 2? Yeah, no, they're still the same pictures of that day. Yeah, so this is back at Cardinal where people are being hit with the water cannon. This is the actual water cannon that people actually really fear this water cannon. Anytime it came towards you, you just know you're so effed. You just have to run away because you're gonna get washed. And based on what I've heard, the water that's always in there is always very itchy. So ikikumwagikia, you're not gonna like it. Yeah, but people still singing, chanting at Cardinal Otunga. The police will just cool down, just let people do their thing, let people sing, and then now push them back again. So it was just a play of we push you guys, you push us back. So it was just all that. I just do this picture of these 2 police ladies. They had been called in for backup. This is just a picture of press guys, because the press guys were working as a team. Press normally don't work individually for security purposes. Just took this picture of the press team working together as a team. This is the lady who was driving the car that had the tear gas, extra tear gas whenever they needed them. They just came to this car. Yeah, I don't know if his nose got injured or he was covering his nose because of the tear gas. I don't really know what happened, but it was just interesting. I just had to take a picture of it. Yeah, this moment now the crowd had grown very, very big. So this is the exact moment more backup was called. So a whole truck of armed policemen, they came. So this is them alighting. There's another picture of them. These are the ones now who have the riot shields. So they stand in front and then the other ones stand behind them. So the crowd had grown very, very big. And they were the only crowd that day that got very, very close to Parliament because this was day 2. So they had to call for more backup because they're like, hey, these guys are actually very serious and they're going to get to Parliament. So we have to push them back. So they call for more reinforcement. This is them getting extra tear gas just to stock up. And now when they go to form a perimeter. At least now they are well stocked. This guy was arrested. Some say he passed on, some say he didn't. I don't know if it's true based on what I heard, but he was hit by the tear gas canister. It came directly towards him, and then as people ran away, he couldn't run away. So he laid down on the floor, and then the police came and arrested him, and now they were pushing him back. So he was just trying to tell them, I've not done anything wrong. Mi hata nimegongwa na tear gas canister. I'm hurt. I wasn't doing anything. We've not tried to assault any police officer. So he was just trying to tell them that I'm hurt, I'm injured, I've been hit by a tear gas canister, I've not done anything. Why are you guys arresting me? Why are you guys doing this to us? Let me see who's new here. Jason, Mario Otieno, Gibson, Kara, Frank, Inbuilt Images, D, Kagema, Kaesa, Shera. Welcome to the stream, guys. Karibuni sana. We're just going through the photos. This is day 2. Just going through the photos to see what was happening during the protest and just explaining things from my perspective. So if you're just joining in, karibu sana. There's another full live stream on YouTube if you want to check that out too. The YouTube one always stays back. So if you need to watch it later, you can always go back to the YouTube. Instagram apparently, well, there's the option of me putting it up. I'll see on whether I do it maybe for like a few days. So in case you missed it, so you can go to the YouTube one. You can watch it in full HD. How long was this? This is like 1 hour, 20 minutes in. So yeah, you can watch that on YouTube if you need. Yeah, so same guy from a different angle being arrested. So they're just pulling him back and taking him back to the police truck. Eventually they released him. They didn't arrest him. So they released him. We gave him water because the press team also ilimtetea ndo asishikwe ndo asiende harasiwe. So they released him eventually. Just Flavian, welcome to the stream. Official Egwa, karibu sana. So yeah, so this is where now the police came and set the perimeter. Tear gas reduced a bit, so the people now came trying to tell the police that we are unarmed, we don't want any issues, as we just want to march peacefully. So you can see so many of them just lifting up their hands and just trying to say that sisi hata hatuna ubaya, we just come in peace and we don't want you guys to arrest us, we don't want you guys to tear gas us. But all of them now holding different placards to explain what they feel at their heart. Some saying Ruto must go, some saying tourist president, some saying reject, not amend. Just expressing themselves to the best of their ability and how they feel. So this guy holding the Constitution of Kenya and raising up his hands to the police peacefully, innocently, just saying Constitution says you shouldn't attack peaceful protesters. Why are you guys doing this to us? Us, we just come in peace. We just want to march in peace. We just want to protest in peace. So I heard most of them just airing their grievances out to the police. This is just a cool picture of the female police officer passing through the gas. Just took a picture of her randomly because she had just come inside from the gas covering herself. This was a picture. This is actually one of my favorite pictures from this day. So if you can see here, this is an explosion. And it's an explosion from one of the tear gas canisters that was thrown back. So they had thrown it towards the people. So if you can see right where this pillar, this expressway pillar is where the police had formed the perimeter line. And then the tear gas had been thrown to the people and then they threw it back behind the police perimeter line. So the moment it hit the ground is the moment it exploded. And I think this was one of the first times I had actually had a tear gas canister explode that loudly near me, because this is just where the police are, press, journalists, all of us were here, and then it was just thrown back to where we were. It's a very scary sound when you hear it for the first time. You get used to it eventually, but this was such a crazy moment. I managed to not let go of the shutter on my camera and just get a picture of the tear gas as it exploded. So this is the moment after the people threw back the tear gas, the police kind of cooled down. So you can see now the crowd marching towards where the police had set up a perimeter wall. All of them just raising up their hands, saying, Sisi, we just come in peace. Hatuna ubaya. We don't want to get attacked. We don't want you guys to tear gas us. Kindly just listen to us. And yeah, we just come in peace. So this was just a moment. And minutes after, this was the police commander who was commanding the tactical unit that was there. Tried and went and talked to the people. You can see everybody lifting up their hands. Sema afande, sisi hatuna ubaya. Sisi we're just marching in peace. just protesting in peace. You guys are beating us. You guys are arresting us. You guys are throwing tear gas canisters at us. So this is what most of these people were saying to the police commander over here. These are more photos of them setting up the barricade. So people here were singing, they are chanting, singing the national anthem, doing all that. So at this moment, the police had cooled down a bit and the people got closer to them. This is just a picture of, forgotten the name of this guy, but I know him. So he was just talking to the police lady. So yeah, you can see this is another picture from a different angle of the police commander talking to the people. People just trying to tell him, "Sisi hata hatuna ubaya, we just come in peace. Just let us pass." So more photos of the police barricade. It was actually a very interesting placard because the guy had even drawn the picture of the president and just airing out his views in words and in images. So there's a picture. So I remember shortly after the people got so close to the police, some tried to pass, so it got now very chaotic again. More tear gas started being thrown again. You can see this police officer telling the other police, "Come, let's push them back. We can't allow them to get to parliament." So they started now pushing people back. This is another picture of actually a whole grenade exploding literally in front of me. I don't know how I got the courage to take the picture as it was exploding, but these guys threw it towards the side of where I was standing, and I just saw it in front of me. For the first time, I chose to take pictures of it instead of running away because I was like, this is the first time a grenade has been thrown and I can literally see it in front of me and I can hear it's about to explode. So I just tried to hold my cool and just take a picture of it as it exploded. And yeah, I got this, also one of my best pictures. So after that, police cooled down a bit. People still come back holding flags. You can see a picture of the commander here trying to tell them, "Sipite pale, don't pass there, just go back." This was a picture of a lady who had been tear gassed, but it was very heavy on her eyes. So we were all trying to help her, give her water. This police lady was trying to explain to her what to do so the tear gas doesn't itch her eyes so much. Yeah, just random pictures of ambulances passing, taking people who have been injured, moving them around, taking them to healthcare sectors. It was just very chaotic, but the group at GPO had really overpowered the police. So the ambulance, so I saw some ambulance got stoned, which was actually very sad. But on day one and day two, people were actually very friendly the to the press, to the healthcare officers, and all that. It was even to the police. It was very friendly to the police. This was so random. Guys were just playing football in the street amidst all that chaos. So this ball was just moving around. I don't know who the owner was, but it was just moving around the whole day. People in groups just playing, people kicking it up, sometimes not even being kicked to the side of the police. The police kick it back, people kick it back again. It was just very funny to see such a thing in such a setting where people are very chaotic. There's so much chaos, there's tear gas everywhere, and some people are just having the time of their lives playing football around. It was very chaotic. Let me see who's new here. I can see Griffin, Karemwaneki, Stingy, Wamzi, Darwin, Just Flavin. Welcome to the stream. Kibe, karibu sana. DJ Cartoon, karibu sana. British, DJ Sparks, karibu sana. Dili sana bro. That day it was such a heavy risk, lakini you just have to do it. You just have to do it for the pictures, but it was such a huge risk, especially being around explosives like that. Grenades, not grenades, tear gas here. Pole. I don't know why. Anytime I think of something exploding and I turn a grenade, but it was actually like a grenade because, bro, your stuff, it literally just looks like a grenade, and the way it explodes also makes the same sound. Not that I've ever had a grenade explode, but yeah, you get the gist. So yeah, so this was towards the end of the day. This was just matatus. Bro, matatu drivers are actually quite fearless. Like those guys, I don't know. I don't know what matatu drivers fear. I don't think matatu drivers have a fear of anything. Those guys are just very fearless. And wait, is my YouTube stream up? Let me see. Yeah, it's up. Yeah, so this guy, just risked it all because this place was very, very dangerous. It had people had surrounded everywhere, but he's just passing through a tear gas and passing through the whole crowd of people. But people generally don't really attack matatus, so matatu drivers wanakuanga tu, they just don't care. Them, they just move. So I remember this time, this is Apple literally dead center at the roundabout, the GPO roundabout that goes to Valley Road. Is it Valley Road? Yeah, I think it's Valley Road and comes into town through GPO. So the police managed to push back the people to the roundabout because they were actually very, very close to Parliament. So more reinforcement came, pushed the people back to roundabout. So what happened is they stationed this set of police officers at the bottom of that pillar, and then more police to the left, more police to the right, so that people now don't pass the roundabout. Eventually, the police got overpowered because now people were so many. So you can see these two police officers coming to aid them. So they threw tear gas to the people to try and rescue the other police officers. This was actually a very dramatic moment because when people got angry and started attacking the police, remember us as press, we are on the police side. So now when things like stones start flying in or when people start running towards you, I don't think at that point you're actually very safe because now the line is blurred. Anybody who is not on the protesters' side is an enemy of the protesters. So if you see this next picture here, people started throwing stones to the police who were there at the pillar. One of them remained. I don't know if he ever made it out. I think he did, but there was one police who got injured here. I think it was him because he remained behind. These others ran because the people were too many. They overpowered them. So now this is the moment we also feared because now the stones started flying in and it's not even safe for us as press. So we started running back towards Parliament with the police. So you can see at this moment, I had ran so much, and then I just looked back and saw now the police also running away, and the crowd. You can see this angry crowd of people here, because now people were fed up. Like, we are done. We have to go to Parliament. So there was this angry crowd of people here, and then this set of police officers running away also, because I think the tear gas ilikuwa imeisha. They don't have more backup. They don't have reinforcement. So this is Samson. We were documenting here with Sam. So this is Sam covering his head because the stones were flying in. So I remember at this moment I just turned back for like a split second, saw the crowd, saw the police, saw Sam. I just took a few pictures very quickly and then proceeded to run. So I remember at this point we were chased all the way back to Parliament. Yeah, because now this is the road. Now Parliament is on the on the left side. So this is that road. For those who've been here, they know that car road that now comes to Parliament. So the police got chased all the way back there. So they just tear gassed the entrance so that people don't pass. And people actually passed, but people went to the back. So instead of coming to Parliament using this route, they went to the other back route of Parliament. I think they threw stones a bit, but they were pushed back. So for this moment, we had to pause. We couldn't even take any photos because now we had to circle through the front side of Parliament and rotate to the other side. So now we can see what happened. When we got there, they had been pushed back a bit. So this is just them, police pushing them back, them pushing grenades back. So this grenade had just been thrown back to the police and it literally exploded in front of them. This is another grenade that also got stuck on the muzzle. So yeah, so now this is us now. After we saw this, we were like, it's time now to leave because it had gotten very, very chaotic. So this is us now after the people had been pushed back. So now this is us going back, and this is just us seeing the aftermath of what happened after they chased us. So they had just blocked this road. I think they saw these water cannons coming out because now they were called to come as backup because the police officers were not enough. So when they saw the water cannons, the people now ran back. So this is the aftermath. This is all the stones that protesters threw. They blocked the road. I don't even know where they got these things and how they even carried them and put them there. But it got very, very chaotic towards the end. So I remember this towards the evening, there was a crew. There was the last team that was protesting in town was Apple Kencom. They were trying to come towards KICC. They had kind of burnt a lot of signs, but it said that it's goons who are, because when protesters left quite early, so the goons are the ones who remained behind. So they are the ones who are vandalizing property so much. Because what I saw, the protesters were very peaceful throughout the whole day. They didn't steal from anyone. They didn't destroy anybody's property, but now when the goons came in during the night, they now started burning and destroying property. So this is just images of how they burned things on the road, left papers everywhere, looted everywhere. So this is just the police checking the aftermath of what had happened. So this is just us making our way back towards the center of CBD so that we can now go home. So we just went as taking. So this is the group that was in Kencom, very chaotic group. I don't really think these were protesters, really. This is actually the moment where Rex was shot, I believe, because there's a time now the police went deep into archives, and I think that's where Rex got shot and passed away, unfortunately, in the same night. So this is just them throwing back tear gas canisters to the police. They got the truck out to try see if it can push them back. It wasn't possible. So this is just the truck reversing and going back towards KICC. This is now the group trying to advance also. It was very, very chaotic in the evening. It didn't even get safe for us. As you can see, it was such a huge crowd all the way to all the way to Archives, all the way to Tomboya, Moi Avenue. That whole group was there. They were the ones who were vandalizing property and doing all that. So we had to also step back for our safety too. Because now when you're dealing with goons, it gets very, very dangerous in terms of even your gear getting destroyed and all that. Flash the Filmer, welcome to the stream. Uncharted Explorer, karibu sana. Beth, karibu. Melissa, welcome. Vanessa, welcome. Samsonia be like, naomba nijiondoe kidogo tu. Like, hey, maneno staki. Running away for his life. Michael, karibu sana. Fei, welcome to the stream. Kushite, welcome. Sauti yake ni grenade. Kwa wale walikuwa inalipukia hiyo karibu ya. Makes the same sound as a grenade. Mikey, welcome to the stream. So this is towards the end of the day. This is Larry. I think this is the first day Larry now had flown into the country to cover the protests. So he was also among the last people to leave the protest on that day. So as we left him, they were still on the ground covering for CNN. So that was the end of day 1 and day 2. I think I might do another live now, probably either tomorrow or on Friday, to now talk about the last set of photos, which are these ones. This now was the day where people breached parliament. So probably I'll do another live before the end of this week to talk about everything that happened on that day. But thank you so much to everybody who joined in. If you have any questions, you can ask me right now before we wind up, as per the experiences that we had and all that, the safety issues and all that. But yeah, this was I believe I've done a good summary of day 1 and day 2 of what happened. So day 3, since it had a lot of things happening, I can do that on a separate stream probably tomorrow. Well, I'll just announce when I do it, but before the end of this week, I'll have to do another one to explain to you guys everything that now happened on the actual day where people managed to breach parliament. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's hanged on to the stream since the beginning. Bree, I can see you're coming in right now. Thank you so much for joining. We were winding up, but the whole stream is on YouTube. You can watch it afterwards and get a recap of everything that we've talked about and explaining the whole protest issues and just me explaining my perspective of everything that happened during the protest. So if you've missed it, or if you got in the middle, feel free to check the YouTube stream. I'm gonna leave it up there. I'll try put this live video also on my feed for like a couple of days if you need to watch it back again. And then feel free to give me your feedback. Before the end of the week, I'll do another stream for the remaining photos that were actually happened on Parliament Day. And then now maybe I'll do more streams with more people and more photographers and more videographers. You've done great. Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you so much, Bree. Wait, my stream is frozen here. I don't know if it's on for you guys, but I can see it's frozen on my end. If it is, just type for me and let me know. Yeah, I don't know. I think the stream hanged, but we're done anyway. Let me just take a picture of this last stream. Is it okay? It's frozen. It's frozen on my end on the Instagram live, so I don't know if it's still up. But it's frozen on my end, sadly. Let me know if you guys can hear it or not. If it's not working, I'll just end the stream and then we will do soundcheck perfect now. Okay. So thank you so much to everybody who's been here. Let me see. Bree, Asante Sana. Grace, thank you so much. Victoria, thank you so much. Debbie, welcome to the chat. Although we're just winding up. Thank you so much. Samurai, Lewis, Grace, nimeka mic kwa kijiko. Umenotice. Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much to everybody who's been here. We'll do this again before the end of the week. Someone asked me which gear I use. I shot this on a Sony a7 III. I had two lenses. I was juggling between three lenses, but my primary one was a 70-200 Sony G Master lens. At times I could switch to the 35 or a 50mm just to get some wide perspectives, but I was mostly on the 70-200 and the Sony a7 III. So that's what I used mostly. But yeah, any more questions, I'm gonna answer them on the next stream. Thank you so much, guys, and have a lovely night. Bye bye.